Welcome back, everybody. I'm Rotag, joined by my co-host, Willie. We are excited to bring you another bracket reveal going on here for our brawl. And we are on brawl number 3 of season number 1. Willie, are you excited?
Oh, I'm always excited. Even when the recycling trucks are going by, as they are right now, that doesn't stop me. That doesn't stop the excitement level. The cards are ready. The bracket's ready. I say we get this thing rolling.
That's right. And a big shout out to the Tampa Bay Lightning for winning the Stanley Cup. You know, they are
Tampa Bay
there, but they are not champions in our brawl because they are not in this bracket. But maybe one day they'll make it in there. We'll have to check it out and see that. I'm sure those hockey guys are pretty tough to deal with in a brawl. Let's take it to our very first region. We are going to outer space. We are going to beat everybody to Mars. That's right. We are bringing everybody to Mars.
I cannot believe you put this forward as one of your locations, and these poor folks got randomly assigned by the algorithm to this region, so they have to fight on Mars. I don't know. What do you say? Has it been terraformed? Or are they in spacesuits, or what's going on?
Listen, when you want to brawl with us, you have to be the best of the best. You don't know what condition you're going to be placed in. And so we wanted to be the first there. Forget all these other countries that are trying to get there. We're bringing it, Brawl Nation, right to Mars. We're bringing you not only there, but we're bringing you the intense action of the brawl. So let's go ahead and break down this division, Willie. Who we got there? What are their seeds? What's going on?
All right, 1 seed. We got Achilles, the hero of the Iliad. We're going straight up ancient with some of the competitors in this round. He's a number 1 seed. He's got 1 weak spot on his heel, but he's going to be difficult to beat, especially by modern day Jimmy Carter. That's I respect the man with his work with Habitat for Humanity, but he's going to need a lot more than a hammer to take down Achilles.
Yep. Well, I mean, he might trip and fall and hit him right in that Achilles heel. And that would be about the only way he could do it is pull out that special Joker move. So what about this 8-9 matchup here? What do we got going on there?
Okay, we have Nolan Ryan with a single baseball versus Hank Schrader from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, the DEA agent, looking good. He's looking like he's put up a couple of fights in his time. And so Nolan Ryan, only 1 baseball, unlike Randy Johnson in previous one had 3. It's a very close matchup here. We'll be interested to see what happens there. This is another interesting one that I'm looking at is the 413 Chewbacca versus Larry David. Now, I love Larry David, man. He is comedic genius.
He's funny.
But, I mean, and both shows, Curb Your Enthusiasm, where he stars in and then writing for Seinfeld. But it's not going to be a joke when he gets in there with Chewie. Chewie's going to maul him. It's going to be over, and it's going to be bad for Larry David and hopefully, not ruin the rest of his career.
He should follow the advice of C-3PO and let the Wookiee win.
There you go. That's the truth. Tell us about this number 512 matchup.
Okay, we have Street Fighter Zangief with his singlet going up against Ronald McDonald, the clown from the Golden Arches. And that's a fight I would like to see. We got Soviet Russia versus American hamburgers. And this one, I think that the advantage leans towards Zangief, but we've seen some weird things happen. We saw our man Richard Simmons run all the way to the Elite 8 last bracket with an 11 seed. So maybe Ronald McDonald can surprise some people and knock out Zangief.
Absolutely. 314, that is not 4, that is 14 there. That got cut off a little bit on the trimming there. My apologies. Is we got He-Man versus Cricket from Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah.
Rickety Cricket with the 14 seed. He's rather frail. He-Man, he's a beast. This should be an easy fight for that 3 seed.
Yep, but I know you're probably rooting for 14 there.
Oh, you know it. I mean, he's a survivor, and if anybody's going to survive on Mars, maybe it's Rickety Cricket.
611 brings us Roger Federer with a tennis racket going up against Kool-Aid Man. Well, 1 whack in there, and Kool-Aid could be spilled everywhere.
But if he doesn't break that glass, then he might be drinking the Kool-Aid, and it could be Kool-Aid Man over Federer. We'll see what happens.
We might all have to drink the Kool-Aid Man if he advances far in this tournament for sure. All right, moving on, we have Dude Perfect. There are 5 of those guys. They have some great content on YouTube if you haven't checked them out. And they are going up against a real life bobcat.
I wouldn't want to fight a bobcat if I had 4 of my bros with me, or 40 of my bros with me. A bobcat can do some damage. I got the bobcat in this one. No offense to the perfect dudes.
Yeah, well, and I've got the Dude Perfect guys going on here. I've got some property, and I've seen some bobcats out there myself. And they're not quite as intimidating as some of the other competitors like the T-Rex and the Tiger that we've had in the past. So while they're not something you really want to mess with, if you had to mess with them, I'd choose them over some other options. So round out our bracket here for Mars, we've got number 2 seed Wonder Woman bringing a fight against a random drunk hobo at number 15.
Oh, he's gonna need some liquid courage to take on Wonder Woman. I have Wonder Woman actually advancing out of this region. No spoilers, but she's my pick in this one.
There you go. Well, I mean, we can't spoil it because we haven't run the card yet, so it's just our kind of thoughts on there. But like you said, some liquid courage. A lot of people call that some truth serum. When some people drink a little bit, they get a little bit more honest. So I don't even know if she'll need the lasso of truth there to help her out. But I think that Wonder Woman might be a little upset that she's a number 2 seed and not a number 1 seed. I kind of heard that talk going on that she thought she was better than another one of our, superheroes from a different kind of group of comics who got a number 1 seed. And she wasn't really happy about that she was a 2 and that other superhero was a 1. So we'll be interested to see if she takes that kind of and runs with it, or if it plays little mind games and maybe she gets upset by this drunk hobo.
We'll see. I think that she should be clear in round 1. That drunk hobo is going to wake up on Mars and wonder what is going on.
All right. What region are we going next to, Willie?
I think we are heading down, if I'm not mistaken, to the ESPN headquarters.
You are correct.
There we are. So we are in ESPN headquarters, and they got lots of cameras. We should see lots of different views of these brawls. And it's going to start off with, I think that's the aforementioned superhero that Wonder Woman would rightly be upset by. I was surprised to see Spider-Man get a number 1 seed. But nonetheless, there he is, Spider-Man, number 1 seed, going up against the Pillsbury Doughboy. That should be a pretty easy fight, not 116.
That is actually not the Marvel superhero I was talking about. They got the number 1 seed over our DC superhero in the other one. So there's a little spoiler of something more to come, or a teaser, I guess. So yeah, this is going to be over and done. This is a fight that one of the late great ESPN commentators, Stuart Scott, would say "booyah" to, because man, I mean, this is going to be over and done with. It's not going to be a hee-hee, little poke from Spider-Man. He's going to swing him up in those webs, and it's going to be over pretty quick for the Doughboy.
Okay, 8-9 matchup. We got famous French footballer Zidane going up against modern-day rendition of Ric Flair. And Zidane, if you remember, his special move has got to be that headbutt that got him knocked out of the 2006 World Cup final with a red card. Hopefully you'll be showing some red cards to Ric Flair, but that's a matchup that I would like to see in real life.
Got to be honest, I had no idea who Zidane was. And I looked up on the internet and I saw that, and I was thinking that might be the guy, but I didn't know if I was spelling it wrong or what. So
that is the guy, French footballer, one of the most famous French soccer players, and most infamous for that headbutt in the closing moments of the 2006 World Cup final against Italy.
Don't care. I've got Ric Flair. Woo! Woo! He is a limousine riding, jet flying, wheeling dealing son of a gun. And so Ric Flair is going to move on, just as he always does. Mr. 16-time world champion, going to take out this nobody that we don't care about.
Well, we'll see what happens when the headbutt lands square in Ric Flair's chest and makes him go, ooh! Who we got in the 4-13 matchup?
We got one of my studs that I look to make a big run here. We got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man from Ghostbusters going up against JD from Scrubs. And I'm not a big Scrubs fan, so I don't know about this, but I know that it's a sticky situation that he finds himself in going up against Stay Puft. It's just not going to go well. He's going to be the one that's toasted at the end of this.
Absolutely. It sounds like something straight out of one of JD's daydreaming fantasies, and it's not going to go well for him.
512 features G.I. Joe, legendary action hero, going up against Zach Morris. He's got his 80s and early 90s cell phone with him. I don't know if he's going to be able to call some backup in or not, but it's going to be a tough matchup for him, although I wouldn't mind seeing him pull this one off.
Absolutely. I mean, he's got that cell phone. He might confuse G.I. Joe. I actually have Zach Morris making this upset here.
Yeah.
The 5 seeds had too much. The 5 seeds had too much of a run in our last brawl. 3 of them made the final 4. I think that we're going to see some classic 12/5 upsets in this one.
I have the same thought going on. Our number 314 matchup features arch villain of our very first brawl champion, Superman, his arch villain, Lex Luthor, going up against the number 14 seed, Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, we're gonna see Mr. Peanut's funeral in this one. Luthor's gonna show no mercy.
Yeah, they had that commercial a while back of Mr. Peanut kind of going away, and this might be the actual thing where it actually happens here. Mr. Lex Luthor, just, too many resources at his disposal, just too smart to, let this one get by him here. Number 611 matchup is Captain Picard from Star Trek going up against the Burger King. What do you got going on in this matchup?
I got Picard. I think Picard's going to surprise some folks. He's rather tricky. He's smart. He's decent in a fight. I think Burger King is going to have a nightmare on this one.
Well, I mean, he is a captain, and we saw one captain go down in the first round last time, and another captain make a very deep run. And so I don't know which one of the side he'll fall on. We have then another interesting matchup here going on in our 7-11, or excuse me, our 7-10 matchup, which we have Wambach and Morgan, a couple of your famous footballers or soccer players, as we like to call them here in the United States, going up against Dunder Mifflin, Manager of the Year, one of the best characters ever written from The Office, Michael Scott.
He's going to need a lot more than a plate of fettuccine alfredo to carbo load to take on Abby Wambach and Alex Morgan. I have those 2 ladies kicking the crap out of Michael Scott. He's going to be destroyed in this matchup. I think it's going to be a quick knockout for those ladies.
That's what she said. Doesn't really fit there, but we had to put it in there. That's what she said. All right. Number 2 seed, Luke Skywalker, going up against number 15 seed, Toucan Sam. Lots of food character representatives I see going on in this.
Yeah, you must have been hungry when you were putting some picks in there, Rotag.
Well, full disclosure, I have been doing some fasting of late, and so yeah, I mean, there's a lot of times where I can't eat the food, and I just start thinking about the food. So,
is that Fruit Loops of Toucan Sam?
I believe that's who it is. Yeah.
Yeah, those are tasty, but Luke Skywalker is going to wreck him. So I got Luke in this one.
Agreed. Let's go ahead and move on to our next region. This is the Battlebots Arena region. And so we have a bunch of new matchups going on here. Why don't you go ahead and walk us through these matchups?
Okay, we got Thor going up against Mickey Mouse. I don't think we need to say much about that. Thor is a pretty strong champion here. It's going to take a lot more than a creepy laugh and a lot of money to knock out the God of Thunder.
A lot of money. So much money that I believe Thor, part of the Marvel Universe, is actually owned by Disney.
And so, he's going to beat up his boss. That's going to happen.
Everybody loves a good, beat up the boss story. So, all right. 8-9 matchup features another Office character, Dwight Schrute, him of Beats Battlestar Galactical fame, going up against a random gym teacher. This could be any gym teacher that you find at a local high school, middle school, elementary school. Who knows? This guy's telling you to, run some sprints and to climb that rope and, get your gym shorts on the right way. But I got Dwight Schrute, even though this is an 8-9 matchup, pulling off the upset here, or not the upset, I guess, but the kind of even matchup here. What do you say?
I think that any random gym teacher should be able to beat up Dwight Schrute. He's all talk. Even Michael Scott got some shots in on him. One-on-one, Michael Scott's weak rear end was able to take down Dwight a few times. I got the gym teacher. He's gonna take him to school. What are you showing me here?
What if he
got
comes as
bobblehead?
Recyclops?
Okay. Well, recycled. He's gonna go right to the recycling bin.
Listen,
It's early. I need some more coffee.
He's got like a brown belt or something like that. So, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Goes to the school with a bunch of kids. unless he snuck some weapons into the Battlebots Arena, it's gonna be that gym teacher.
So does the gym teacher. He goes to school with a bunch of kids also. So
he teaches them. He's not there voluntarily like a weirdo for 10 years trying to work on his black belt with his sensei and then like inviting the entire office to his black belt ceremony. Yeah, Dwight's a little weird.
Listen,
I think the gym teacher knocks him out.
Yeah. All right. Number 413 features Clifford the Big Red Dog, him and his famous books going up against another food character, Colonel Sanders. I had some.
You're fasting. You must be thinking about some fried chicken.
Dude, I had some fried chicken yesterday when I got a chance to eat. It wasn't from KFC. So, you know, I'm going to have to go with Clifford the Big Red Dog going on here. You know.
I do too.
So, but, you know, fried chicken's still some pretty good stuff. 512, we have E Honda, another Street Fighter, going up against Rodney Dangerfield. Come on. You got to have Rodney Dangerfield going over, right?
Nope, I got E Honda. That fast hand, that was my move when I played Street Fighter back on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's going to be over. E Honda is a beast, and I think he's going to advance in this fight.
You know what? Rodney Dangerfield still can't get any respect. I got E Honda going over too. Just too much there. Tell us about the next matchup, Willie.
All right. 3-seeded Hector from Troy, the breaker of horses, going up against Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Oh, sorry. That'll be a potential matchup in the 3-6 matchup in the second round. Right now he's fighting the diabetes guy from the commercials. If you have diabetes, you might want to skip this one because you're not going to want to be a 14 seed going up against the legendary Hector of Troy.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's probably suffered enough, but, you know, one more, you know, notch on the belt of his, you know, tough life going on there. So, moving on.
You're going to get diabetes medications delivered straight to your door. Hector's going to deliver a whooping right to your face.
611 is Sabrina, as you mentioned earlier, going up against a creepy magician. Lots of magic going on here, but I'm going to go with Sabrina. I don't know, even if he's kind of creepy, that's, you know, not going to help him out here. That might just end his cause a little bit earlier. She might pull out a knockout right away. Yeah,
a random creepy birthday party magician. You're at those kids' birthday parties with your kids. You don't want to be there. It's a 3-hour thing going on, and then the other parents show up and their entertainment choice is a creepy magician. Put this guy in a brawl, and he draws Sabrina the Teenage Witch. That shouldn't be an actual witch who can do actual magic. Creepy magician is going down, I think.
710 brings us the Shaq, modern day Shaq, right?
Yep, that's right.
Him of Clue fame, Colonel Mustard. So we got two colonels going on in this bracket, and it's probably not likely that either one of them make it out of the first round.
Yeah, Shaq, he might need his icy hot because he's going to be a little bit sore because he's a little older, but he should be able to handle Colonel Mustard.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure he'll talk up about, you know, some, you know, insurance there with the general and save some time and money, but Shaq will probably get it done. He'll close the deal, he'll make the sale, and he'll get the win and go on to the next round. Although a 7-10 matchup, you know, not as many knockout possibilities as there are, you know, when we have those wider spreads, such as our 215 one, which is Silver Surfer going up against Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Yeah, we don't need to talk too much about this one. Those three little dudes are about to get wrecked.
Yep. Silver Surfer's going to crackle him, he's going to pop him, and he's going to snap right into the next round. So let's go ahead and, speaking of that, move on into the next region, which is our final and fourth region. It is the Great Wall of China region.
Get it up there for us, Rotag.
Yeah, we're resizing. We did a different viewpoint on this and stuff like that. We had some technical difficulties that didn't allow us to record this in the right manner. But,
That's going to be a theme of this show, as we're two older dudes trying to deal with this modern technology from afar, from distance. But we're doing our best. Please have patience with us. Please stand by.
oh yeah, I think each time it gets better and better. So this is the person that I was talking about, Wonder Woman, being upset that her rival from Marvel, Captain Marvel, getting a 1 seed going up against the 16 seed Gerber Baby.
Well, I don't think that Wonder Woman could complain about Captain Marvel getting a 1 seed. Captain Marvel is a pretty fierce fighter who can do a lot of things. Spider-Man, I think, should have been a 2, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how the cards play out, because the cards are what matter here. We'll let the cards do the talking. Gerber Baby can't even talk. Gerber Baby is probably going to take it home.
And I will say the selection committee tends to favor Spider-Man. He is a well-liked superhero. Captain Marvel, not as well-liked as Spider-Man. So, I mean, that's...
I don't think it's a popularity contest when you're brawling. I think you're looking at
I think the selection committee looks at that. They want, the good ratings. And so they want to make sure that they bring in what's going to bring the best matchup. So, I don't know. Like I said, I think I heard Wonder Woman talking. She was a little upset about that. And so we'll see who makes a bigger run, or if they end up meeting in the finals. But I don't see Gerber Baby putting up much of a fight. I mean, it's a baby. It's, whatever.
As a parent, I have been headbutted by a baby. I can tell you that is no fun, but I think it's a little bit tall order for a very small being to take on Captain Marvel. Take us to our 8-9 matchup. Rotag.
8-9 has the mailman, Karl Malone. No, he's not really a mailman. He's an NBA player, but that's what they used to call him, his nickname, the mailman, taking on Count Chocula. So, I mean, this one I expect for, the mailman to try and deliver a win. But I got Count Chocula winning this in a kind of 50-50 matchup, coin toss. I got Chocula coming on top.
Got to go with Karl Malone here. He hasn't won much in terms of NBA championships, but hopefully he can advance a little bit in the brawl.
Did he ended up getting one with the Lakers late in his career?
Later on. I'm just thinking about 96 when
with the
Michael Jordan broke his heart.
Malone and Stockton, man, they were a good duo, but just not enough for, the Jordan Pippen era. So, all right, moving on. We have Johnny Lawrence, Cobra Kai, strike first, strike hard, going up against I'm sorry, I was going to say Mr. Feeney, but that's not until later on. We're going up against Alfred.
13 seed Alfred from Batman the Butler. Is the Butler going to do it and knock out Johnny Lawrence? Maybe he had too many of those Coors Originals. I have Alfred in this in an upset. I think he's learned some technique from Batman, who made a deep run in our first brawl. We'll see what happens here.
Yeah, I'm a big Bats guy. If you watch the first brawl, you know that. But I got Johnny Lawrence here. He's getting his act together, and so I think he's gonna show some people that he's got some real get up and go, and can get that victory that he was so cheated out of in Karate Kid.
5-12. We got Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion, going up against Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World. How do you see this one going down, Rotag?
Yeah, I mean, I like Mr. Feeney, smart guy, giving so much advice to, Corey and Sean and Topanga and Eric and all the rest of them. But that's just not going to go well. Rocky's time-tested in fights, and so I don't think there's anything that Mr. Feeney can surprise him with that is going to take Rocky, out of it. So I got Rocky in this one.
I think it's an easy pick. We got King Arthur, Holden Excalibur, going up against all the Golden Girls. I think that the man shows chivalry, the man shows honor, and I think he defeats them with honor and not too cheaply. But obviously, King Arthur moves on here.
So you don't expect a knockout in this one?
I don't expect a vicious knockout. I'm not expecting any jokers or aces. I'm thinking that he just pushes him over with a 10 or a jack.
Well, there were, I think, 4 Golden Girls. I don't really remember watching too much of the show. I think Blanche was one of them, and that's about all I can name. So Yeah, I mean, it's just not going to go well for them. This is not their arena. This is not where they're set up to succeed. In our 6-11 matchup, we have a graboid from Tremors, the movie, one of those huge underground worms that send seismic vibrations, going against Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. Graboid's going to get a snack on his way to third round of 32 matchup with King Arthur here.
We'll see. Uncle Rico could throw a football over the mountains. He might be able to throw a surprise here.
Yeah. All right, we got Logan Paul in our 7-10 matchup here. You know him of famous YouTube fame and boxing now, getting into some fighting himself, going up against workout, celebrity Jillian Michaels. How do you see this going down, Willie?
I think that Jillian could surprise some folks here. She is in shape. She's obviously I think that she's can throw some surprises at Logan Paul. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is, two people that are athletically fit, and so like that. Logan Paul doing a lot more training, so like that. So, I've got Logan Paul going over here, but yeah, Jillian Michaels could put up a decent fight there. And the last matchup in the Great Wall of China region, the last one that we're going to cover in our round of 64 here is Elsa. Now, is this the hurricane that just passed through, or is this the Disney princess?
No, this is the queen with the icy powers, and in German, with the German translation of Elsa is actually Eiskönigin, which is an ice queen. But I think that she's going to freeze Ebenezer Scrooge and be the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future for that poor guy in this matchup.
All right, so we've had a volleyball in these matchups. We've had, cartoon characters, superheroes, regular people, this and that, but we have not had an actual act of weather in this tournament yet, because this is Elsa the Ice Queen. Either way, I've got Elsa going over Scrooge. Shouldn't be that easy. Speaking of that, I am going to move on into my picks, and here's how I see the bracket shaking out. I'm going to go ahead and try and resize this just a little bit. The main thing here for you to consider is that I think that we're going to see deep runs by Chewbacca and Wonder Woman here, and then with Wonder Woman coming out of the Mars region, moving down into the ESPN Headquarters region. I have Stay Puft Marshmallow making a deep run, as I said earlier, and Lex Luthor, things get sticky for him. Stay Puft moves on. In my next region up here, we have the BattleBots region. I have Thor, God of Thunder going on, against Shaq, making a nice run. He saw what Conor McGregor did in a deep run there. He does a similar feat until he runs into the God of Thunder. Thor advances to be part of my Final Four. And finally, in the last region down here in the Great Wall of China, I have Johnny Lawrence, him of Cobra Kai, going up against Elsa. Again, we clarified that she was the Disney princess. I've got Johnny Lawrence going over. In my Wonder Woman Stay Puft matchup, I've got Wonder Woman. She is bringing that pain, that fire, that viciousness, that she is upset that she was still not a #1 seed. And I've got Johnny Lawrence with the surprise upset of the God of Thunder Thor, him going on to actually be the overall winner.
Wow.
Wonder Woman. I've got a #4 seed, Johnny Lawrence, Cobra Kai, winning it all, getting the redemption that he should have had in the very first movie before that villain stole his crown in such a underhanded move by sweeping the leg there like that.
I think it was Johnny swept the leg, and it was that little crane kick that he got beat with.
That's right. See, sweeping the leg is all good. The crane kick is not. So, it's just, we know how history should have been written, and unfortunately, some people have to cheat to win. And so, that's just how Daniel LaRusso was. He's lucky he's not in this matchup, or Lawrence might take him out, for real in that one too. So, but I got Johnny Lawrence win it all. Willie, let's see how your picks break down. Talk about your bracket.
Well, sure. I saw in your bracket you have Michael Scott all the way to the Sweet 16, if I'm not mistaken. That's a bold move there. And Johnny Lawrence winning it, you might have some paint on your bracket, but we'll see how it goes out. I have similar picks. I got Chewbacca and Wonder Woman in that Elite Eight matchup on Mars too, with Wonder Woman coming out on top. I got Thor running deep. I got Sabrina and Shaq in that Sweet 16 matchup in that in the Battlebots Arena as well. So we got some similar picks. I got Elsa making a deep run and Elsa all the way to the Final Four. I have Johnny Lawrence getting beat in the first round by Alfred, pulling the upset and winding up sad with a mountain of Coors Original cans around his head in a motel room after Alfred beats him down on the Great Wall of China. But my pick is a Thor Luke Skywalker matchup, and Thor's going to come out victorious in this fight.
All right, so there you guys have it, Brawl Nation. We have given you guys our picks, our thoughts on what's going to happen. We want to give a shout out to one of our new subscribers, Luca the Goat. Thanks for subscribing. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Luca.
I am Rotag, and I am joined by Willy. We hope that you enjoyed this bracket breakdown. Stay tuned for the first round of 64 that will be coming out on Monday up to the YouTube channel. So be ready for that. But until then, check out our Twitter, which is Willy.
Rotag and Willy, all one word, ROTAG, and Willy, all one word, is our Twitter handle. And we're looking forward to seeing your tweets and seeing who you think is going to emerge victorious in this fight.
That's
if you want to see some other fighters in future brawls, tweet us your suggestions. Send them to us. We want to see them.
Absolutely. Don't forget, this is all just for entertainment purposes. We like to just have some fun and throw this out there. Please like, subscribe, and share the channel. We're just trying to, grow and bring this entertainment to everybody else. And we'll see you guys, like I said, in the next video when the brawl
See how the cards fall.